dying laughing. But this is what happens when you hang around SirJames Buchanan. Hey everybody, it's John O'Brien. I'm on my way to the studio to record over the last session of the Memo for audiobook. This is SirJames Buchanan, who I think is my assistant, but he acts like my boss most of the time.
What's up, family?
And the story is about him. It's a pop call. Hey, it's Pop Call Friday. John O'Brien, CEO of Operation Hope. Everybody signing on. Hello. I know I gave you no notice. So CEO Brian Group Ventures, Operation Hope, author of several books. You guys know the drill. At least hopefully you know the drill. And we got a couple special announcements coming up in the next couple weeks, so stay tuned. Okay, so SirJames Buchanan gets it's not somebody you want to mess with. SirJames Buchanan, he was a former Marine, said Marines don't die, they just go to hell and regroup. This is what you're dealing with. If you mess with him, he says there's going to be some slow singing and some flower bringing up in here. He says there's going to be some furniture moving.
That's right.
There's going to be some furniture moving, you mess with SirJames up in this room. So James does not get angry. And this is my point with you. He doesn't get angry. He doesn't scream. He doesn't holler. He doesn't use his fists, although he's a big guy, he could. He understands that's going to do nothing but get him arrested, get him in bad trouble. He uses his brain. And he will whip you with his brain. And he gave a great example this morning of how the black community and other minorities get hoodwinked in the hood. Hoodwinked with bad customer service and our lack of financial literacy in our neighborhoods because we don't know better, we can't do better, we never got the memo. But then we get angry and we get upset and we throw a fit, but we don't get any justice. And I'm gonna let SirJames tell you real quickly this story of how it seems ridiculous, by the way, when he first tells you, but the point is brilliant. Okay, there's nobody tells it better than SirJames. Okay, so SirJames, you went and bought some shoes. Is that right?
Well, a shirt. I went and bought a shirt.
Bought a shirt. Do we want to say the name of the company?
No, I just want to say it was a major sporting company.
All right.
I bought a shirt.
Yep.
Kept the shirt. Decided I didn't want it.
Yep.
Returned the shirt back to a different store where I bought it from.
Yep.
And when I returned the shirt,
so when he returns the shirt, same company, but now he's in our community.
Right, in our community.
Very important.
That's right.
Black, so it's black personnel?
Black person.
Black manager, black people at the counter, black customers.
Right.
And I guess they're used to giving us whatever answer they want to give us. Okay, go ahead.
Right. So I returned the shirt that I bought at one location, same store, different tax base. When I went to return the shirt to another store, the guy basically wanted to pay me 70 cents less.
No. The first one, he gives him a lecture about you should return this store to the shirt to the store you bought it from. There's nothing on the receipt
that says I need to return it.
I need to return. Hey, Carolyn. Good morning. Hey, Dante. I want you guys to know. Actually, we do see you, Dante from downtown Atlanta. Hey, I'm waving at you. We're passing by you. So there's nothing on the receipt that says that you have to return the shirt from the store you bought it from. Okay, great. Okay.
Right. So I says, I'm not going to go 9 o'clock in the evening and go back across town and return it. I'm going to take it and return it here. So the guy says, okay. He rings it up, he says, okay, I'm going to credit your card back $37 and some change. So, sir, you cheated me out of 70 cents. He says, well, you didn't return it to the store you got it from, so therefore I'm just going to keep your 70 cents.
So basically, they're saying that because the store he returned it at is a different tax base than the store he bought it from, that versus being the store's problem and the store's technology issue to solve, get this now, they're saying, man, it's your problem.
Yeah.
This is your problem. You returned it from the wrong store. You're in a different tax base here. So we're not giving you 70 cents.
Yeah, so you're just going to take a 70-cent loss. Well, this is where we become to be impacted by financial literacy, like a financial literacy. If I allow that individual to keep my 70 cents, and you multiply that by 3 million consumers who basically say in the black community, oh, I really don't care. It doesn't matter.
Right, big deal, right?
Yeah, big deal. Well, in this case, you have made the company millions and millions of dollars.
You made some dude sitting in some office somewhere, even bigger millionaire, because, right. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, because you basically say, hey, it doesn't matter to me. It's all right to rip me off.
Depression, financial illiteracy, never got the memo,
never read the memo.
Never read the memo, not standing up for your rights in a way that's dignified. Okay, so let's tell them what happened, because we're going to get the studio.
Yeah. So here, the manager basically tells me it's my problem.
This is the wrong person to do this with, people. I'm just telling you. You see SirJames coming in your store, just say yes. Whatever it is, I'm telling you. Hey, Zena, just say yes. Go ahead.
Yeah, God tells me basically it's your problem because you returned it here, so you're gonna take the loss. I refuse to move.
You're talking about a 70-cent loss. This is like like Rosa Parks here, right, everybody? It's like a male version of Rosa Parks. It's 70 cents. SirJames like, I'm not gonna be moved. Okay, go ahead.
So what the guy does says, I'm not moving. You're holding up my line. So he calls the mall security and the police on me.
They called the mall security and the police, the popo, on SirJames. Okay, go ahead.
To say, basically saying, I'm holding up line, I'm disturbing the peace, and basically wanted him to remove me or arrest me.
So one lady said, go on, brother, I'm with you, right?
Yep, one lady said, stand your ground.
Somebody else said, here, look, here's $1, Negro, go on.
Get out of line.
Because I got to go. One dude
that smells like a marijuana factory offered me $10, but the police officer told him, you're going to need the $10 to get out of jail for possession of marijuana.
so what did he do?
So he say, hey, brother, handle your business. He drops his bag, his 6 pair of shoes, and walk out of the store.
So the company loses a sale of 6 pair of shoes by a dude who's a walking marijuana factory because he didn't want to get arrested by the police. The police show up. And the guy says, I want you to arrest this guy for who knows what. Telling the police to arrest SirJames. SirJames, what do you tell the police to the police officer about the guy?
Well,
I'm gonna arrest you for. I want you to arrest him for.
Yeah, he says I want you to. So you're gonna arrest me. In this case, you need to arrest him for theft by taking because I'm the one, the consumer, that's being ripped off here, not the store.
Isn't this sexy? Isn't this brain sexy? My man said, now who knows it? This is like a legal mind. Theft by taking. Who comes up with this? He says, you're not going to arrest me. I want you to arrest him. If anybody's going to be arrested, I don't want anybody arrested. But anybody's going to be arrested, it's going to be arresting him for theft by taking. So, basically saying he took my 70 cents. Rephrase this. I bought this shirt for $32.70. I'm making this number up. He wants to give me $32 back and won't give me my 70 cents. Because he is telling me to get out of the store and refuses to give me my 70 cents, he's taking my money.
That's right.
So if anybody's going to jail, it's not me, it's him, because it's theft by taking.
Exactly.
What did the police officer say?
Well, the police officer, the long and short, said to him, say, sir, you know, he's right.
Who's right?
That Mr. Buchanan is right. Because if you don't pay him the 70 cents that you owe him, then I'm going to be forced to arrest you for theft by taking. Now, before I got there, I told the officer, if you actively participate with this knucklehead who owes me money, then you're conspiring to commit theft too.
Now you need a citizen's arrest of the police officer?
Yeah, so the police officer...
Red says, I love it, that's real.
The police officer says, no, we're not going to have that. The guy says, well, I don't know what to do. So
the officer is being honorable.
The officer's being honorable. He's been humble. He's saying you're going to pay this man his 70 cents that you owe him. And SirJames said, I don't give a damn if you get it out your pocket or you give a gift card. Then he threatened to give me a 70-cent gift card. Once again, now he's not thinking financial literacy for his company. If he gives me a 70-cent gift card that costs his company $3 to print, that's problematic.
So wait a minute. So somebody's in here watching. They're gonna watch this. Somebody like Nicole said she can't stop laughing. Brian said, I love all this. So somebody's gonna be saying, why'd you guys get into it over 70 cents? What does it matter? Tell them why it matters.
Well, why it matters is this. First, the series.
First of all, it's your 70 cents.
It's my 70 cents. I didn't pay 70 cents less for the product when I bought it.
Yeah, you didn't give me a lecture about being in the wrong tax base when I bought the property.
Right, you just told me, good, thanks for shopping with us. The other thing is once again, I failure to read the memo and understand financial literacy. True financial literacy is not about how rich you become, but how smart you are with the resources. So
it's not about what you make, it's about what you keep.
Exactly.
It's making money two ways: make more or spend less. But it's also about dignity.
Yeah.
It's about human dignity. Like they would not go pull. Let me say what SirJames is not going to say. They wouldn't pull this mess. If you know Atlanta, they wouldn't pull this mess in Alpharetta. They wouldn't pull this mess in Buckhead.
No.
They wouldn't pull this mess in Beverly Hills.
No.
For somebody clearly who lives in Beverly Hills, they're not going to pull this mess in neighborhoods with a high tax base, where people are financially literate, they have a high credit score, they know their rights, and they probably know the mayor and the police chief and your employer. They're not going to pull this mess because the people know they can't get away with it. They treat people with the respect that they deserve. But they pull this mess in poor neighborhoods because they think that we're going to be easily hoodwinked, or as Malcolm X says, bamboozled and tricked. And what SirJames was just simply, I can't get my hope pen right. SirJames was simply saying, you're not pulling that stuff on me.
That's right. That's
not
right.
Here, not today. Well, I don't care whether it's 70 cents or $700. You're going to give me what's mine because I gave you what was yours.
That's right.
You wanted $32.70 for this shirt. I didn't argue about it. I gave you the money. You took it. Now, I want my $32.70 back when I return it.
That's right.
I returned it in good shape.
That's right.
There's no damage to the shirt. Give me all of my money and stop giving me your lip. Why must I take your bad customer service, your attitude, your drama? You give me a lecture, and now you threatening to call the police on me?
And did call them on me.
Are you out of your mind? You should have said, I'm gonna sick my brain on you, and then I'm gonna sick John O'Brien on you on a video tomorrow. You lucky that I'm not saying the name of the company. But
yeah.
So I said to SirJames, I probably because I'd have been busy, and I'd have felt sorry for. I'd have probably just walked out because the people in the line, whatever, and wrote a letter to the CEO of the company. SirJames says, I'm gonna write a letter to the CEO too. So here's another part of the memo. They're not expected to get a letter from you. They don't expect that you're gonna write. So Lornell said they just lost a customer. Yep. Moulet says incredible. So people get the point. But these companies don't expect to get a letter from us.
No.
They expect that they're going to be able to bamboozle you, to give you bad customer service, treat you like crap, and you're not going to do a thing. Is that right?
That's right. And I'm not the first person.
Or you'll just get upset.
Well, you get upset and walk away. But I'm not the first person that this happens to. This happens to consumers all the time, particularly uneducated or uncaring consumers. If you say nothing, therefore you do nothing. When you do nothing, the results are going to be the same.
And they learn to treat our whole neighborhood just like this.
Just like that. But they spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to renovate this store to make it presentable where we shop, but they won't spend $1,000 to upgrade the technology.
So he said, basically, James, the end of the story was the guy was like trying to give him all this drama about excuses about why the computer was different and it's a different tax base on. And SirJames like, look, it's not my problem that your computers that you're using some IBM old computer. It's not my problem that your software doesn't talk to each other across stores. I don't need a lecture from you, man. I need my 67 cents.
Right, and you need to have that conversation with your IT department, not SirJames.
SirJames said, you met with SirJames, he says, there's going to be some furniture moving up in here.
Man, we almost renovated the store last night.
And by the way, he's kidding. Okay?
Yeah, don't present
SirJames never gets violent. He never raises his voice.
Never.
I can hear him in the story. He is firm and intentional and peaceful. But he's saying, I'm not leaving here until you give me my 67 cents. I'm like Rosa Parks' cousin. I shall not be moved.
And Chairman, most of us just
Nicole says, stop it, John. I guess he's trying to keep him laughing at work.
Yeah, most of us get upset and we run away when they threaten to call the authority. But guess what? If you haven't done anything wrong, you haven't said anything wrong, haven't been disrespectful, haven't threatened anybody, you stand your ground. That's a legal way of standing your ground.
Solve poverty, as Ambassador Andrew Young says, from the shoulders up, from the neck up, using your brain. Not from the shoulders down, using your fists, using your hand. This will just get you in more trouble.
That's right.
Getting angry, upset, cursing out the manager, all that shows is that you're ignorant.
That's
okay?
Right.
It shows that you lost your cool.
That's right.
I step over mess and never in it.
That's right.
He steps over mess and never in it.
That's right.
Use your brain. As long as you're on the right side of the issue, you can always get your justice. But if you lose it and lose your cool, now they're gonna not focus on the fact that they owed you money or that you had a point. They're gonna focus on the fact that you're a fool.
That's right.
You're disturbing the peace, and now they can't arrest you for that.
That's right. That's right.
But they couldn't arrest SirJames for nothing. In fact, SirJames very intelligently told the law enforcement about his own law, and all the law enforcement guy could say was, Mr. Manager, SirJames is right.
Yeah.
You owe him 67 cents, and if I was him, I wouldn't leave here until you gave it to him.
That's right.
And I may have to arrest you if you don't give it to him.
That's what he told him.
You know what they did? They gave him his money.
They gave him 67 cents.
They found the right button to push. This is amazing. mysteriously found the right button to push.
Man, beautifully. And here again, didn't give you cash. This is credited back to my credit card.
Wow. So it was no big deal.
It was no big deal. All you had to do was credit it back. You could have did a manual override, keyed in $37.70, hit enter, boom, in the store. We held up the store for another 25, 30 minutes, over 70 cents.
This is ego. This is vanity of the manager. This is arrogance of this manager. But it's mostly, and this is really sad, it's folks in our neighborhood who look like us sometimes, who don't give us good customer service and don't think we deserve it. Most of all, don't think we're going to demand it. Solve poverty from the neck up. Solve poverty from the neck up. Think your way out of this solution. I'm going to give you 2 Andrew Young quotes. Ambassador Andrew Young, Dr. King's right arm in the civil rights movement, my mentor. He said, to live in a system of free enterprise and not to understand the rules of free enterprise must be the very definition of slavery. I'm going to repeat. To live in a system of free enterprise and not to understand the rules of free enterprise must be the very definition of slavery. This brother knows his rules. The second thing Ambassador Young said was, and we were in Africa in front of 18 heads of state, and he said this, these are African heads of state, these are brothers now. You can make more money. No. You can make more money in a growing economy than you can steal from a dying economy. That is so much wisdom in that. He was basically telling them, don't rip off your own country. So I'm asking you, let's not rip off our own selves by accepting bad customer service. Let's do ourselves a favor and do our communities a service by demanding that these companies give us good customer service and writing letters to them when they don't. And then let's write letters to Whole Foods and other companies and say, I want you to come into our neighborhood because we want healthy food too. Right. We want good products too. Don't just settle for these homeboy shopping network companies that set up in your neighborhood because they think that you and you don't have any resources. Let them know that you have buying power and spending power, and if they come with you with respect and dignity, you'll give them good business. And when you see a company in a good neighborhood, and you want that company in your neighborhood, find out who the CEO is of that company and write them a letter. If they don't get letters, they will take that letter seriously. All right. This is the SirJames Buchanan series of the civil rights movement. He's hilarious. I'm gonna go do this audio book. I'm out. Peace and light. Unbought and unbossed. Moving furniture.